So we went out to eat the other day at an Italian place downtown. We're waiting in line, like at the host stand, Charity and Porter and I. They weren't very busy, but they're not very big either. And some fucking let's say food delivery service person barged in, walked right past everybody, right up to the host stand. It was like, I need my food now. My tip depends on how quick I get the food to the customer's house, blah, 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 throwing a fit. Like, I'm not waiting in this line. The host and the manager handled it great. The host ignored her and the manager was just like, you can go back over there. We'll have it ready for you. And it's ready, but your tip isn't our problem whatsoever.
No, it's not.
At the same time, I was standing there just fuming, and Charity's like, don't say anything. Don't say anything. It's just so rude, man. There's 5 people in front of you. Calm down. Anyway, this is Insightful Stories with Matt and Will, episode 5. This week's guest is Qualin Harris. He's an old friend of mine. We've worked together at 3 different restaurants. He's also worked with my fiance at a restaurant with her. Go back a long time. He's done bartending and serving, and I'm sure a bunch of other things. He's also extremely popular on YouTube and Instagram, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. Qualin, you want to say anything about yourself real quick before we get started?
Real quick about me. Well, first, thanks for having me on. Thanks for thinking about me. I'm glad I could be one of the first few guests that you guys have on this podcast. Didn't even know you were doing it. Turner, so
you jumped into this nothing.
Turner, we gotta start. You gotta start tweeting, bro. You gotta start. You get in your tweets and Facebook so people know about us. You need to get a tweet.
Did you ever update your phone, Turner? We need you to get a new phone first.
Nope.
What do you have?
iPhone
3 or something.
SE or something.
I didn't even know they still made those.
Right.
What the fuck?
They don't. They get so mad when I bring them in.
Right. Oh my god.
So mad at me.
So I'm a server / bartender. I've been doing it for about 11 years now. Started off at a steakhouse and then came and worked with you. You were the manager. You used to force me to bartend even when I hated it.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, but you didn't have to roll silverware.
I didn't roll silverware when I was a server. So because of you.
We're supposed to. Yeah. Don't tell everybody that.
That's all right. And then, one thing led to the next. I had left there and went to work at Bubba's 33. Or we're not allowed to say that.
No, you can say Bubba's.
Oh, you can say that. I've talked about them a lot.
You can drop a juice on them. Yeah.
Went to work
Just
there.
I don't mention our buddy's name.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we won't. And then you followed me over there and worked there, and it was fun. It was good. I enjoy serving and started my Confessions of a Server page about 1.5 years ago. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and just doing that.
Doing the damn thing. Doing the damn thing.
Trying.
Awesome. We're cool. And we're gonna get back into that in a minute, but we got to talk about beer real quick.
I know. I was just gonna say.
I was super excited to talk about
I have
his
never
beer.
been more excited for. I'm so hyped right now. So I got this beer again from Perfect Pour in Dublin, Ohio. Now you guys can see this. Oh, I started putting these on YouTube. I put the last episode on YouTube, so this will go on YouTube. So now that you can see this awesome artwork. So this beer is literally called Sour Me Unicorn Farts.
What the fuck?
That's a good one.
And I want to read it.
Name.
It's an ale brewed with fruity cereal, edible glitter, artificial flavor, and FDNC. Yeah, there's edible glitter in it. And it says,
you do the first day your wife goes back to work.
I know. Yeah.
Edible glitter.
Sparkles may settle, so swirl or gently invert before pouring. So that's what I'm drinking today. I'm drinking unicorn farts.
It's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good, man. I'm proud of you for that one.
Yeah.
I got they have a newer brewery in Toledo. They're Ernest Brew Works. I know you've been before around. This is their crunchy hippie granola brown ale. I really like dark beers. It's delicious. 6.2% alcohol. There's a lot of other numbers on there that I don't understand, but it's delicious. And they're a new place. I get a hold of them and let them know that we're giving them a shout out too. Q, I know you are not much of a beer guy, but you were just saying you got something in there.
I hate beer. I am drinking some Johnny Walker on the rocks.
I love it.
Johnny Walker on the rock in one of your glasses too,
and
one of those poker chip glasses.
One of my sponsored stuck in glassware glasses that has the poker chip. It actually has Confessions of a Server on it. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, you can kind of make
see
it out.
that in the line.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it a little bit. It's cold. You can tell the glass is cold.
That's badass.
Yeah. So, they're one of my sponsors, and shout them out.
Yeah. So let's just cheers, everybody. Let's everybody do the cheers.
Cheers.
The goddamn.
Awesome.
I will say
something we do well in this show is drink.
I do not see.
Sounds like a show for me.
Any. There's no motherfucking glitter in this thing. I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh no.
What?
For you?
I mean, what?
Send it back.
I'm about to go to Perfect Pour. No, those
Writing
guys
up review.
Those guys are great. I'm not gonna be like, hey, my unicorn farts didn't have any fucking sparkles
Does it
in
taste
it.
good? That's what matters.
No,
does it taste good?
I'm fucking with sours now, and it actually is. It is really good.
That's something I can't.
It tastes good. It smells good. I love it, but there was no glitter. 1-star review.
1 star.
Do not recommend.
I'm gonna rip this shit apart on Untapped. Hey,
doesn't smell like a unicorn.
Buyer beware. Buyer beware. No motherfucking glitter.
They're never gonna sponsor us.
No,
that fucking review.
It's from Dewclaw Brewing. Step up your glitter game. This is bullshit. So
hey,
Q mentioned that Confessions of a Server.
Yeah, we're talking about Confessions of a Server.
Yeah. So YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I have to say, I watched about 50 of your videos. Well, you have quite a few. I watched a lot of them. Fucking hilarious. They are so funny. I like your t-shirts. I mean your merch.
He's got one on right now.
Yeah, I love that shirt. Make restaurants great again.
I'm just a walking sponsorship right now.
With your glasses and everything.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
I think, and
no shame in that.
So I'm gonna have all the links to your YouTube, Instagram. Do you have Twitter as well?
No, I actually have never joined Twitter.
Never twatted.
At any point in my life. You know, I have one friend who's trying to get me to join. Every time we talk, he tries to get me on Twitter, and I just won't do it. I don't know. I just don't like Twitter.
That's a lot of platforms too. That's like the 4th platform. But we'll have all of his
that's a lot.
Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram in the descriptions of the podcast and the YouTube video. So you guys can click on it. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe to him because it's just, if you're in the industry, especially the front, it's just hilarious. Your rants are great. It just
listen. I really don't beg people to follow me.
Segments too.
But people in Ohio, please follow me because, especially Toledo, I'm not that popular in Toledo or Ohio. Like my larger markets,
which is weird because you've had celebrities repost your stuff.
Yes, my larger markets that I'm more known in is like New York, LA, Chicago, Toronto, and San Diego. Like
crazy.
Toledo, Ohio, they're not nowhere. So yeah, if you live in Ohio, Toledo, Cleveland, Columbus, please follow me because I'm trying to do more Ohio-based relationships.
Yeah.
With, I have Ryan Geist as one of my relationships, but I'm trying to do more to stay. I'm home. I'm a whole Ohio guy. So if you do live in Toledo, Ohio, anywhere in Ohio.
You're from Cleveland, right? Cleveland area?
I'm from Oberlin. Yeah. Cleveland. About 45 minutes from Cleveland. Born and raised there. And
a friend of mine in Dallas shared something that it was a Facebook post. I just wrote back to her. I was like, oh, that's my friend. I know him. He's like, no way. Like, yeah, he's a Toledo guy, but no one in Toledo, unless they know you personally, knows what's going on. That's so crazy.
Yeah. I guess after one podcast I was on, one of my managers I have now, he was at a bar talking to the bartenders, and they were talking about the podcast that I was on. It was like, yeah, this guy said he was from Toledo. He's like, yeah, he works at my restaurant. Like, he actually trained me to be a server.
Was it Bubba's?
No, it was where I'm at now.
The other one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he was like, yeah, he actually trained me to be a server. Like, 7 years ago. And now I'm his manager. And it was just so funny that like people are so shocked when they realize, like, I went on a dating app because, you know, #single life, and I matched with this girl and I telling her what I was doing. And even she was like, "Oh yeah, I followed that page." I'm like, "How did you not know it was me?"
Your picture on the app, right? God,
yeah. She was like, "Oh yeah, I follow that page." I'm like, "Well, shit. I guess
just say,
bitch, I get more famous.
Bitch, I got merch. What the hell?"
Yeah. Probably wearing one of your shirts.
She probably was.
I got a lot of merch.
Here.
I never really got this full story on how you got started on Confessions of a Server.
Yeah, that's why I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I first started serving, it wasn't like my first couple years, probably around like 8 years ago. I had this idea to write a screenplay based on a real restaurant, not like over the top, kind of how like Waiting is or anything like that, but like not a screenplay, a TV show that's like a real restaurant, you know. And I wrote it out, entered into a couple like screenwriting contests. It did okay, but never really got pushed. So I kind of like pushed the ideas. So I've always had the idea to do restaurant-based content. And then 5 years ago, I came up with the concept of Confessions of a Server and doing everything online. But what I wanted it to be was a community of servers giving like confessions and things that they've done, stuff like that. And I learned that I cannot depend on people. That if I want anything done, I have to do it myself. So I had like 5 or 6 people who would say they would want to do it. This is 5 years ago. Set up everything, and then everyone just stopped talking. Okay. So then I let the idea die again, and then it just came to me one night, like, I'm just gonna turn on my camera, call what I'm doing, why servers drink, create this Confessions of a Server platform, make this just like the segment that I do on there, hit record on my phone. It made my very first one, which was Why Servers Drink Kids. Talk about how kids in restaurants are the best form of birth control. How I blame parents for the way their kids act. I mean, you got a cute little kid in Porter, but you know he's a little shit when he goes out to eat and throwing shit everything on the floor. So that
little kid needs to get a job. I'm so over that motherfucker. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah. So I had a friend who put the editing touches on that, and I launched everything September 2nd, 2019 or 2018.
I think
19. Yeah.
17.
2018.
The people that fucked this up are probably kicking themselves right now because you have quite a substantial following now.
So, and that's another thing. So my confession or my Don't Be a Karen video, which actually really put me on the map because I had a bitchy waiter repost. I had a lot of people repost that. That was also supposed to be me and 2 other people who were supposed to help me out with that. And then literally 3 hours before I was supposed to shoot, they canceled.
Wow.
So
at that diner?
Huh?
At that diner that you text me about the one day and you're like, oh, we can't shoot there. They called it off.
No. Okay. My Don't Be a Karen video that I did a year ago.
I just need. Okay. I remember you asked me about doing a video at a diner and then they canceled on you at the last minute.
Yeah, that pissed me off too.
Something else.
I'm not gonna get into that. This is something else. So yeah, like they canceled on me 3 hours, so I had to like shoot everything and be in. I wasn't even gonna be in it. I didn't want to be in the Don't Be a Karen video. But now I look back on it, it has like 50,000 views on YouTube and around that. It might be less than that. I don't know, I'm just exaggerating. But yeah, like I had to do it all myself and reformat in my mind how I wanted everything to look, and it actually worked out for the best. So yeah, that's kind of just how I got started. I just pushed record on my phone and got drunk and made Why Servers Drink Kids. And made another one, lady groups, and I got birthdays on there. And my thinking is I don't want to talk about what everyone talks about. I want to be different because everyone complains about tips and certain things. So I'm like, what else pisses servers off or makes our job a lot harder? Okay, dealing with kids, dealing with old people, dealing with people on cell phones, birthdays, stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I started.
Same side seaters.
And
all that annoying shit.
Yeah. Haven't done much of that yet. But,
Same side seaters.
I remember when you had that first one. Same side seaters are just annoying. I remember when you did that first one. You told me about it. We're doing Why Servers Drink. That was definitely what turned me onto it. Super fun to watch.
I'll have to say my favorite one now, and like I said, everybody go to this YouTube page, go to Instagram, is the mispronounced menu items are like my favorite. I love those so much.
So my next one I'm gonna do with that are just gonna be all bar drink.
Oh, perfect.
I haven't shot it yet, but I'm doing that this week. I'm shooting like 2 or 3 videos tomorrow. I'm gonna do that one. It's gonna be all bar drink.
Can I get a mojito?
Can I get a Tito's and vodka?
Oh gosh, the wines at the Merlots and the Pinot Grigias and all that shit that they pronounce wrong. So yeah.
No one can say Cabernet Sauvignon. There's no way.
Oh my gosh,
Cabernet Sauvignon. So let's talk about. So Turner, your rant was on Karens, and coincidentally, Well, first of all, Q,
my rant was not on Karen.
Oh, it just
my rant was on that chick. I'm not going to say what delivery service. But we should totally talk about Karens.
We should totally talk about our worst Karen experience because you can. Where can you get the merch, Q?
Frontofhousegear.com.
And you can get your hashtag Don't Be a Karen shirt. Which will the hashtag Don't Be a Karen will be the unofficial sponsor of this segment. On the YouTube video, I'll throw on a GIF of the shirt or a picture of the shirt. So let's let the guests go first. I mean, you have probably a million, but I definitely think of one unique that you haven't done on your YouTube yet or your Instagram.
I guess it would be my first experience with a Karen. I've loosely spoke about this lady, but I never really told the full story. She was a regular that would come into the first restaurant I worked at. And she was just this old, mean lady. She kind of looked and sounded like the Monster Inc., the manager of Monster Inc., the lady.
Put your paperwork in.
Yeah. That's how she sounded and looked. And one of my managers, Josh, great guy at the time, he loved her. But she was legit on her deathbed. And everyone hated taking care of her. She would come and sit at the same booth. It was the worst. And I had to deal with her one day. And first, she ordered clam chowder. And this is when we stopped serving the clam chowder. And she's like, you don't have clam chowder? And I'm like, no, we stopped selling that a month ago. You're useless. I said, how? It's not my fault that we stopped serving this clam chowder. So I go back, tell my manager, I'm like, yeah, she's pissed that we don't have the clam chowder. Okay, well, you know, managers give the speech, all right, well, make sure everything's perfect from here on out. You just got to make sure everything's perfect. So I go back out there, she ordered like wings. And her drink glass was completely full. And I go back over there, I'm like, do you need anything else? Like, I'm not even nice to her. Do you need anything else? She's like, I need a refill on my drink. I said, ma'am, you have no room in your cup for a refill on your drink. Well, then bring me another one. I rolled my eyes at her, turned around, I hear her say, you're a shithead.
God damn, man.
I went to a manager, I'm like, I'm not dealing with this lady anymore, except if I do, you're going to fire me a lot sooner than you want to. And so the bartender... Yeah, I think every manager wants to fire me.
I loved you. I still do.
Okay. But
I might be the only exception to the rule.
Right. You're probably you and one other person.
Yeah.
The other male server at Bubba's, who probably are the only two who never or male manager.
That's it.
But yeah, I'm like going to my manager, and then the bartender ended up taking care of her. That was like before Karens were a thing, and we called Karens. That was my first Karen I had to deal with.
And she died shortly thereafter. I'm just kidding.
She actually did. You see her? And
she was her last meal, man.
She was legit like on her deathbed. Like she had like so many medical problems and stuff. And my thing is, when you're that old and you're that rude and you know you have all these medical issues, like why the fuck are you mean? Like, be nice. These are your last days on the
Maybe that clam chowder was keeping her alive, and that's why.
Really
Listen, I'm not a rude person or anything, but not having that clam chowder made she was gonna leave this earth and not have to put anyone else through the misery that she put me through. Good.
My goodness, Turner. What about you, buddy? What about you, my friend? You,
I mean, I'm like, I have a million, but just because Qualin's on this, I don't think you were there, but it was when I was at Bubba's. I'm pretty sure I sent it to you in a text. What happened? I told you could use it.
Oh,
your Don't Be a Karen.
Yeah.
Remember that? Okay, so I was at Bubba's and I was the kitchen manager. I had nothing to do with front of house operations, like zero. Woman called. I was the only one that was there yet. We weren't open. We didn't open until 4. So the host came and got me. I'm talking to this woman. She had left something at a table the night before. I think it was her purse. Might be a watch. Something kind of small. She's giving me the business. Like, I need to go over to this. It was on this part of the restaurant. It would be under this booth. And I left it there last night. If you're not open yet, it's definitely going to be there. So I went and I looked and I came back to the phone. I said, there's nothing there. There's no purse or whatever. It's not there. Well, if you would look harder, you would find it. Like, ma'am, I promise you, it's not there. She's just still going at me, pretty much belittling me, telling me I'm an idiot. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. We open at 4:00 today. If you want to come in then, you can go look for it yourself. She's like, fine, I bet I'm going to find it in the first 2 seconds I look. Kind of lied. We opened at 3:00, and I knew we had a party of 25 coming in. I just sat them in that section. So that when she got there, she couldn't look at all. I just wanted justice against one Karen. She was so fucking rude, man.
It
was not there.
I remember
I was like texting it to Quailin while it was happening.
Yeah. And I put it on my like Instagram story, real encounters with Karens. Because
that's what it was,
because her name was Karen.
Yeah. Her name really was Karen.
Oh my God.
A real Karen encounter.
Yeah.
Didn't get to get a look at her when she came in, but I'm sure she had the glasses,
and
the haircut,
oh yeah,
the nails, and everything.
They all do, and I feel bad for
the knockoff Michael Kors purse.
I feel bad for Karens out there that are actually nice because they just have this extra stigma to be overly nice.
Change your name.
Yes, but the thing is, like, what some Karens have realized is that it's not the name, it's the person. Like, one of the ladies who raised me, her name is Karen, my Aunt KK. And she helped raise me. And she, like, saw my Don't Be a Karen video, and she laughed, And it's like a joke now that she's a Karen, but she's not. So it's like, people who are out there, like, it's so dumb. You're seeing these things like, oh, Karen's a racial slur now. We need to ban it.
I'm
like,
so happy you said it. Because I saw that, and I wasn't going to... That's so
That's
ridiculous.
That's a thing? Somebody said that?
Yes.
They're like, clamming for justice that it's just as bad as every other racial slur.
Yeah, there was legit someone who tried to compare it, and it was just as bad as the N-word. And I'm like,
and it wasn't a joke.
No.
I serious. Fucking hate people. I just can't.
Not only do I hate people, I hate the internet that is giving these dumb people a voice. Right. So I have to listen to them now. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the internet and I love everything that's been able to help me accomplish. But it's like, some of these people, it's like, just go play in traffic blindfolded, please.
Yeah.
I think, what did I say last episode? I think
Catch Corona.
Yeah, you go to a COVID unit at a hospital and open mouth kiss a doorknob.
I actually laughed when I heard that.
I was so pissed, and that was a Karen thing because they just put. I know it's Karens that are leaving those carts at the beginning. I'm not going to get back into that.
Oh yeah,
But what's the equivalent of?
Funny picture.
What's a male?
A lot
Karen?
of pictures of those carts this week. Male Karen?
Yeah, what's
Karen,
the,
right?
What's the equivalent?
In my video, I use the name Richard in like a YouTube or Yelp post. I use the name Richard
because he's a dick.
You know, I just the male Karen is a Karen as well. You know? I just because I don't think we need to give the male Karen a name.
They don't
Karen
deserve
also.
It. My Karen story is a man. And it was this crotchety old fucker when I was at the Irish place. I had drawn the short straw when I got promoted to like book entertainment. And I did pretty well, but there was this one guy who I interviewed and I heard his CD, and apparently stuff sounds better in a studio than live because he couldn't play worth a goddamn and people left. But this guy was at the bar, and the first time I met this guy, I was training, and I'm not going to say her name. The person that was training me was like going to get ice, and he shows up and I was like, hey, what can I get you? He's like, no, I want her to serve me. He would only let females serve him.
Ooh, I've had a lot of that.
Yeah. So, but he liked some of the other guys. Like he would take them out to dinner every year for Christmas and give them like iPads and shit. But for some reason he didn't like me. And I just remember I booked this guy. He's standing in his usual spot in the bar. He's like, God, this guy sucks. And I was like, yeah, I'm never going to book him again. He's like, you booked him? And I was like, yeah. And he smacked me in the back of the fucking head.
What?
Oh, dude.
Like hard. And I was like,
out?
I was just like, what the fuck? What do you do with that? He was just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, what? No, I didn't kick him out. I just like kind of walked. I kind of walked away, and I talked to the person that saw. I was like, did that just happen? Because he thought that this place was his, and so we had to like clear certain things with him. If we didn't, like, and the managers before me like fed into that.
I think that we all have had those.
Yeah, but the managers before that fed into that, like, oh, he spent so much money here, so he could do whatever the fuck he wants, but the motherfucker slapped me in the back of the fucking head, like.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the people from the Irish place that
it's
are
like the prime rib guy, and
know exactly who
you might have even known the prime rib guy because he was just there a little later. Did you ever have the prime rib guy at steak place I'm at now? Would order like a 32-ounce prime rib and would always complain.
No, I don't think I've.
Yeah, well, like the filet lady. Let's just talk about the filet lady, like the same thing. Just no matter what, it's free. Yeah, those people that just think they own the fucking place, man.
Back up. There's a lady that would just get fillets and expect them for free.
So hold on, wait. Let me.
Yeah, you know better than anybody.
Yeah.
So
know better than anybody.
First, she used to come into the steak place I worked at before we worked together.
Yeah.
And she would order food and then say she didn't have enough money. And she would order things like cheese fries or fillets or stuff like that. Say she only had like $5 and would get the meal taken care of. She would do this once a week until the point where the proprietor was like, look, you can't come in here anymore.
Yeah.
If it's who I'm thinking of, he doesn't take that kind of shit from
he
people.
was at first. Because, he's benefit of the doubt.
Oh, he's a good guy, but when you see a pattern,
he's like, no, you're done. So then when I came and was working at the place you're at, and then I saw her walk in at first, I'm like, holy shit, this lady is the worst. And she is a complete, like, she puts up a facade. Like, she's super nice. She's going to talk to you, everything like that. And then her filet never comes out the same. She always wants it medium, but what she really wants is medium rare. But she says she wants it medium so that it will come out medium, and she'll complain that it's overdone and gets a new one, and so that will get taken off. And then,
oh man, they rile these cooks up so bad about it. They're like, it's her steak, so don't fuck it up. And as soon as you say that, it's fucked.
So
anyway.
then she started coming into a place I'm at now.
Oh, really?
And now,
of course, because she goes to both. Probably she gets 2 steaks a week for free.
So now she'll come in. She doesn't complain about her steak, but she leaves $1 every single time. $1.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
God, it's
like she walks through the door and the host is like, just cook 2 steaks,
Or it's just
the
like
first one and then get the second one ready.
At that point, does she come in on busy times, or is it just like mostly like lunch and stuff? Because usually those like people like that come in
weekday nights. Like
they're like segmented,
it's like slower weekday nights, like Tuesday nights. It's not busy.
And that's
still like, why do you go to places? Why do you consistently go to the same place and do shit like that? Okay, you can get away with it, but we're eventually gonna catch on to it. We're gonna know who you are. You're not gonna get good service if you only tip $1. Like, I don't care who you are. Like,
you're not gonna care. Why would you care about it?
I'm gonna make sure you're gonna get everything, but I'm not gonna sit here and try to have a conversation with you and be nice to you and shit like that.
No. Fuck no.
Because I know it's pointless. I'm gonna be nicer to my other table. Spend more time with them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what pays you. That's what pays you. The restaurant barely pays you.
Right. Yeah. So
her ass one time. I got her one time and brought her steak out perfect, and she didn't say shit. It was like way back before I left. Someone said she was coming in, and I just got it ready and brought it out before she even ordered it.
Smart.
Shut her down. Paying for this one.
Bitch.
Smart.
I cooked it. It's perfect. You're paying for it. We're done. I walked away. It was an ego trip. I just wanted to be a dick.
Well, you're good at that. I mean, you're a dick. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. And I wanna comment on like how much this lady impacted both these guys. Is that when Q started telling the story for the audio listeners, he got so animated with his hands that you could just tell how intense he was.
What his hands?
He was like, I thought he was about.
There are few guests that have got my blood boiling, and she is one of them. She is because it was just like, I'm the one who always am next in rotation. When she would come in. She loved.
I'm thinking.
Bud,
I thought
he still comes in, and she still gets 2 steaks for free every week.
Jeez,
I haven't seen her since post-COVID. But
okay,
I believe it.
Maybe it took her.
She was getting carry out. That was the funny thing. She was getting carry out, and she couldn't complain. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, like that was funny that you were about to go like Real Housewives on it, and start clapping like. Turner, let's shift gears. What is in the news, my friend?
All right, we're trying. This is a little bit new segment we're trying.
Yeah, we could probably completely cut this if this doesn't flow.
Restaurant. It doesn't work. But I thought about it as restaurant news. It's really supposed to be service industry news. And the biggest news this week is that Uber bought Postmates. Postmates was the second biggest food delivery service next to DoorDash. DoorDash crushes everybody. Uber tried to do Uber Eats. It didn't take off around here. Maybe some places it did. Postmates will go anywhere and get anything for you. So they'll go to a grocery store or whatever. The big news this week, service industry in general, is Uber bought Postmates for $6.25 billion. Merged, fuck ton of money. I didn't even think Uber had that much money. Uber has so much money.
No, Uber's got stacks,
clearly.
man. I didn't even think that much money existed.
Loaded.
To be honest with you, I'm kind of blown out right now.
$6.2 billion to buy Postmates. Postmates will still do their own thing, but Uber owns them, so I'm sure they get a percent of their share.
Well, they probably
it kind of relates to our industry. You know, they're a service industry company. It relates back to my rant earlier today that some of those people are. Some of them are very good. They're hardworking. They're trying to make extra cash. I think that's great, but what it says to me is they don't pay them anything. You know, their whole. You did some of the grocery delivery, right?
Mm-hmm.
One point.
Yeah, I still do.
So they don't give you anything. Is it just tips?
No.
Or mileage?
No, with Shipped. I don't care.
Shipped, yeah.
Shipped, you could say.
Shipped,
Yeah, it's
They pay you a percentage of the delivery of the grocery list, what it is, and then you get tipped on top of that.
Okay, so you get some kind of a commission plus tip.
I have a friend who got me into it, and she makes $1,000-$1,500 a week.
Jeez.
I mean, I can see that if you have the time to dedicate to it.
Yeah,
Which
like
a lot of
she quit her full job, and this is what she does.
$1,500 a week, I could quit my full-time job.
I don't know if it's quite up there, but I know that she's cracked $2,000 once. But she kills it, and it's like, if I ever decide to get out of restaurants post-COVID, when I'm not able to get unemployment anymore, like, I would honestly probably would do that.
Yeah, that's what was interesting to me, because Uber obviously is the biggest, for ride shares and all that, but I just didn't figure out the food delivery thing.
Yeah,
but it would be the most expensive around here too. Delivery fee is like $8. Postmates is $2.
Different than Shipt is different than Postmates and DoorDash and stuff, because we grocery shop. We don't food deliver.
Yeah, you guys are more grocery.
Yeah, like we'll go and grocery
restaurants
shop for the people and bring it to them. We're not going to restaurants and stuff and picking up to them.
Yeah. I actually.
Are you a DoorDash person, a Postmate person? What do you guys do when you have to do it?
Yes.
DoorDash.
Yes. I mean, I do. We do DoorDash,
It's
and
fun for us.
we had to delete. I deleted it off my phone right when COVID started. After like the first 2 weeks, because like you look at your bank account and you're like, "Fuck." Like, we need to get
money goes quick.
We need to go grocery shopping again, and then we finally recovered from that. We only do it DoorDash now when we're like super fucking hungover, which is most of the time.
Gotcha.
So,
I do actually it when when Porter, I can't take Porter out.
Yeah, it's true. I actually applied. Well, you don't really apply. I put through DoorDash so I could drive for him, and I didn't read before I did it, and then once I found out just the way they pay, it's not worth it. So honestly, the lady that you ranted about in the beginning, she's half right, but also there's no punishment for that, because you're already tipped out. You decide the tip beforehand. So her saying that her tip depended on it is so full of shit.
Well, that's kind of true. I mean, I read a note in that I tip in cash. I don't tip before.
Well, so maybe that's I
always put a $0 tip, and then I put a note in that I will tip in cash when you get here.
Yeah. Well, that's
if it takes you 2.5 hours,
Well, I try to trust the system.
A lot anyway.
And of course you're going to have bad ones and you're going to have good ones. Luckily, knock on wood, most of our situations have been good, but most people just tip beforehand. It's just I just do the percentage of what I pay a pizza delivery driver, and that's it. And then when I'm really wasted, I accidentally press the $8 button, and I'm like, fuck.
Oh yeah, man. Pizza delivery is the one I spend the most money. Those guys, I hook them up. Think they're gonna get there quicker. They never do.
I delivered pizza for 4 months in college. The second time I went to college. That's shit soul sucking. That is
pizza.
Your car smells.
For Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And Pizza Hut was awful.
That's where
not the company, but the job was rough, man.
That's who I delivered for. The only good thing about it was just they gave you a $100 budget a month. The one that I worked at, it was a franchise. They gave you a $100 budget a month for food, plus your employee discount of 60% or 50%. So you were fed for the month. You didn't have to buy anything. So I would work and then go to a party with 3 pizzas. I mean, you talk about being popular. It's sup, bitches? You want some slices?
To parties I went to, I never brought pizza to.
Well, me and Turner were supposed to open up a pizza place.
Still need to.
Then
buy the slice, man.
Then he decided to knock charity up.
I don't think that was a decision, buddy.
I think you made one decision
consequence.
One decision that led to that, the decision you made was, I don't need one, and then Porter came out.
I think she fed me 9 green tea shots at a bar, and then knew I wasn't going to remember anything.
I have missed green tea shots.
You don't remember after 9?
I mean, that's just the shots.
Come on. I need you to get better.
Yeah,
man.
You guys are still on your first drink. I've had 3 beers and a shot while we've been doing this thing.
You don't know
So
what
I'm
I
gonna try.
drank today. I didn't work.
That's true. I have no idea what you've been doing all day.
I've
Went to
been-
the zoo, motherfucker.
Yeah, Turner. So yeah, Turner, you used to literally pass out at the bar that we used to go to, and then we had to carry you out to your mom's van. So you can't comment on anything.
No problem with that.
Okay. I mean, at least you're proud of it, but
I have no problem. I have no problem with that.
And luckily, your mom is a
I wouldn't say I'm
goddamn
proud of
saint.
it, but I have no problem. My mom just loves me. You know, she just didn't
Well,
want me to.
because your mom is one of the best people I ever met, and I don't know what she did to deserve somebody like you.
Your mom loves me too.
Yeah.
No, she loves you. She loves both of you. Actually, she knows you both very well. She loves you both.
Let's
Probably better than me. She's never had to pick you up off the floor, passed out. So
two things. One, Turner,
you never peed in her kitchen sink.
buy a fucking boom mic because I'm sick of you holding it. Shut up, Siri,
dude.
Stupid ass bitch.
I'm gonna get boom tattooed right here because this is my boom.
I'm so sick of you holding it
So
like
fucking annoying.
like fucking Bruce Buffer, like in the center of a ring at a boxing match.
I
They're like
three places to go.
They're like $20.
I went 3 places to get. I went 3 places to find one. I can't find one.
Do you not have Amazon?
I don't want to wait. I wanted to have it today.
Well, you don't. So there you go. Like I'm seriously, I'm this close to buying you one because I can't. I love you to
have
death.
one right there.
I love you to.
Behind
I could
that
just.
you can send me.
I have two. Yeah.
Send me that one.
This is
I
for.
have an extra one.
This is for when I have.
Dylan probably has two. Also,
I got
look,
one.
he probably has
I got
two.
one.
So
Everybody I know has them. I can't find one anywhere.
Amazon. So just order one
And there's
after the
not.
show.
There's not many. Yeah, I just wanted to go buy one, so I knew what I was
And
getting.
you need a shock mount too. Okay, you need a shock mount.
Have
So
that.
I'm about. No, you have a pot
have a
filter.
shock.
You do have a shock mount? I thought you had a pot filter.
Both.
Okay. Anyway,
Everything but the arm.
we're going to take a break, and during this break, Turner is going to go on Amazon and order a boom mic. We'll be back after this little ditty that are soon going to
See
be
about
ads. Yeah, fuck off. Shut your fucking mouth. Actually, that's how we're going to bring it back. I'm going to cut it to me saying shut your fucking mouth. And then, right when we come back from break. So term today, we're playing with segments because, you know, like there's a million terms out there, but like, and I'm naming the terms like the shows after the terms, but we're going to run out eventually. So we might just be doing like a term one episode and then debunking the next episode. So the segments from now on are going to be pretty fluid. We're not going to be doing stuff every show. But the term, and Q, I'm going to give you the pleasure of explaining this one, is in the weeds. Not from a garden, but just in the weeds. Q, what does in the weeds mean?
In the weeds means you're too busy to catch up, whether you're a server or you are in the kitchen. You just got 5 or 6 tickets on top of the 7 that you already have. You can't catch up. Nothing you can do will help. No matter how much help you ask for is going to get you out of the weeds. The only thing that's going to get you out of the weeds is when you're cut or when that door is locked. Those are the only times that you get out of the weeds.
Also, usually when you're in the weeds and you ask for help, there's like 4 people who are leaning against the wall, laughing at you about being in the weeds.
On the phone, and
I'm not going to do that shit.
And you know what? That's who I am. I'm the guy who's sitting there laughing like we have 4 tables right now. How are you in the weeds with 1 table? But
you got 2. You got 2 orders, John. Why can't you cook that shit?
Exactly.
Do you have a good...
I've also been there, and you've been there too.
Do you have a good like in the weeds story that you could share?
I honestly, and I mean, this is not me trying to be
do it
or anything like that. I don't get in the weeds. I think there was one time that I can remember where I was in the weeds. Turner, you were actually working that day. It was a lunch. And I really wasn't.
I was there. I was actually doing something.
Yeah, and I really wasn't in the weeds. I just didn't want to deal with the table in the corner that was on drugs.
Oh yeah,
Remember that? Like I wasn't so much in the weeds, but it's like there's this table that was just like in the corner, and you can tell they were definitely on some cacana. You know, they were on something.
Yeah.
And
that's like a table that we don't even see at that time of day. They wanted to sit back there.
And I had my other tables that I was doing stuff for in Turner, and I was purposely ignoring this table by the way that they act, but I wasn't so much in the weeds. Like, you know that saying, like, you have to be in the weeds, you have to care. If you don't care, you can never be in the weeds.
I never thought about it that way.
That's me. Like, I don't care enough to be in the weeds because I'm not going to stress myself out. Because I learned I learned that eventually, like, it's just food. It's going to get to your table. You're going to be fine no matter how angry you are. I'm not going to sit here and stress out. And, like, if I'm busy, if I just got triple sat and they're seating me with another table, I will eventually get to that fucking table after I get done taking care of these tables. I don't care how mad that table
I want to back you up on that, though, because some people will hear that and go, oh, he just doesn't care. It's not really case. Like, good servers know not to stress themselves out. Same with good cooks.
Right.
If I was a young cook, I would always feel in the weeds because I wanted to do everything like as quick and perfectly as possible. You just feel in the weeds all the time.
Right.
You get a little experience and you start to realize, like, if you slow down a little bit, you just take care of everything, you know, as it comes.
Right.
In the weeds feeling goes away so fast.
But
people might say, "Oh, you don't give a shit." It's not that. You just it comes with time, experience.
But I
end up being better at your job. And you can also go, fuck that guy because he's a shitty person,
right? Sitting
back there and being stoned and like wanting to run you every 5 seconds when you come by the table.
And you
don't have to give a fuck
server. I'm also a server that, Turner, you can vouch for me that I know how to multitask. If I get double or triple set, I know how to take orders for all the tables at one time and carry multiple drinks on one tray. I'm not that server that thinks I have to greet this table, go get their drinks, then greet this table, go get their drinks. Like, no, fucking do it all the time. If I'm walking...
I treat it like a big party, you know?
Right. If I'm walking that way to a table, I know that I can carry my drinks for this other table and tell the table I'll be right back with them. And a lot of servers that I have worked with, not a lot, but there's a good number that I've worked with can't do that. Even veterans that I've worked with can't do that. Like, I just dealt with one a few weeks ago. Like, she was in the weeds. She asked me to run drinks for her. She left the kitchen without anything in her hand, walked past the table that she wanted me to run the drinks for to go greet another table. And I literally said, why couldn't you have taken the drinks to that table if you were walking past it? And that made me look like an asshole because I'm like, I'm not helping you anymore because, like, you legit, it was 2 drinks. Could have dropped those drinks off and then went to the other table and took the fucking order.
A teachable moment. Yeah. Because
it's like, yeah. And then people, so people put themselves in the weeds with situations like that. But it's like, so I'm not saying like I don't care when I say that, like, to be like, you can't be in the weeds if you don't care. Like, no, it's like a point where it's like you're not gonna stress yourself out to the point where you're in the weeds because you know you're going to get to everyone's fucking job to the best of your ability. You're not gonna stress yourself out. Oh, if I don't get to them right now, they're gonna be like, no, fuck it. They can see that busy.
Yeah.
Like, people see you're busy, even though some won't.
It's literally, it just comes with time. You've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time. Will did this for a long time before he branched out, and he does, you know, all kinds of different stuff now.
Nothing now.
I'm sure you've got to. I mean, but you went up like you did start.
I just
you did every ad pass to the restaurant too.
I think that
I want to know Will's in the weed story because I was probably there for it, and I probably didn't help him.
You know what? I kind of agree with Q. It's just like you get past the point of giving a shit and knowing that like anybody And hey, servers that have seen themselves in the weeds, like you should listen to that and like know most people are good people, and if they see that you're busy, we've actually talked about this on a previous show. But if most people,
let me sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're good. No, you're good. You're good. This is why we have the video. I like
all
how
we do on this show is talk over each other.
I like how he rose his hand, so I like that.
Don't raise your hand. Just tell me
I don't want to. I want to say something real quick.
All right, go.
There's
Hit me.
There's a difference with being busy and being in the weeds. I don't want people to think I'm saying I've never been busy, because I've have. But I don't get in the weeds to the point where I'm stressing out and freaking out about
That's a mental
how
thing.
busy I am.
Yeah.
There's a difference with being busy and being in the weeds. I just wanted to say that. Clarify that for the listeners who are probably listening, who hate me, who still love Turner, or people who are listening like, this guy's an asshole.
No one that
blah,
likes
blah, blah,
me
blah.
hates you.
That's a lie.
I was gonna say that I was just gonna say that nobody likes Turner, but that goes without
not
saying.
at all.
Turner, when me and Turner worked at both places, he was loved, and he can vouch that I did not have many fans.
It's hard to believe. So I switched over to before I tell you my in the weed story, which is Turner. Yes, you were there. It's literally called Anyone Have Any Thoughts on What an Empty New Haven Train Car Means? That's literally what it's called.
People who are
the
listening
longest
talking
name
about,
for a beer I've ever fucking heard.
It's
people
from
who are listening, he's talking about a beer. He switched over to a beer, not switch over to anything else.
Oh, my bad. Did I not say I was switching over my beer? That's my bad. I forgot that we have audio listeners and
Didn't molest another unicorn.
Hi, everyone. I am now the owner of this podcast. I'm going to explain stuff now because obviously they don't.
Wouldn't take much, bud.
Evil Twin Brewing Company out of North Haven, Connecticut. Anyway, I forgot. I switched. No, so in the weeds. By the way, Q, I'm cutting that all out.
No, leave it in. That was good.
Try to steal my thunder, you motherfucker.
Listen, you guys are on your 5th podcast. I have guessed by the more podcasts than you guys have actually shot. And
Facts.
I'm going to be hosting 2 of my own podcasts here soon with Professional Service Server. But we'll get into that later. We're going to get into that later.
You got to remind us about that later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll at the end of the show. Turn up mine. Honestly, the worst
story before we cut you off again.
Well, no, the worst I ever felt was the story that we told last week. Was it was the 4th of July and there was just no end in sight, and like it was in the weeds. The point that there was just 2 of us, and the only reason I cared is because we were doing so well and keeping ahead on a 330 guest night with 2 people and a MP QBing, which is fucking crazy. Like, I didn't want to make a mistake because that would have fucked you up, then fucked Jay up, and that's the only time.
One mistake would have crashed.
Oh, we would have been so fucking screwed. So like that's kind of how I feel. Like that's my kind of in the weeds thing, because the only reason we were busy, but the only reason I felt in the weeds because I stressed myself at the point. If I make one mistake, if I send out the wrong app, sell the wrong salad, have to remake one thing, this fucking Jenga tower is going down and we can't put it back together before 10 o'clock. That's mine though. But it's kind of lame because we already talked about it, but it's so that story,
it goes right along with what he was just saying. It comes along with experience too. Like you weren't really in the weeds. It's busy.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think what he was saying first was being in the weeds really is mental. After you do it long enough, you realize that's a mentality. You can get past the like panicky, I don't know what to do next, and you just have a plan and you go, then that weeds thing goes away. JB, who's been there forever, has never been in the weeds since I've known him. You know what I mean? It could be the busiest day ever, and he's just like, it doesn't matter how busy we get, I'm just going to keep doing. He knows exactly what to do. He's going to keep doing the same thing.
I just thought of
it could take longer.
Would you let Q talk?
Story.
No.
It's cool. I just thought of one story. When I was working at Steakhouse with you, the computers went down.
Oh,
that'll fuck everything.
And everyone was freaking out. And I remember Ange, love her to death. I don't know if I'm allowed to say her name, whatever. Love Ange to death.
Don't say her last name.
I miss working with her so much, but she just comes everyone's freaking out except for me. And she just looks at me and she's like, why are you so calm? And I'm like, like me being stressed out and stuff, what is that going to do? But that's like, that story is just like, it just shows like me being in the weeds, me freaking out like everyone else situation at all. And I also like to say I miss fucking working with JB as well. He was my boy.
And that guy will just go forever.
The funniest,
him and Marco.
Yeah.
Him and Marco.
The funniest shit I've ever seen.
JB and I switched jobs for a day this week. What? This was a funny off topic. Hold on, I'm going to cut you off for a minute.
No.
JB and I switched jobs for a day this week.
Okay.
And you could tell how uncomfortable both of us were.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not managing, I'm cooking.
Yeah.
I'm doing prep and going up to help him, and then he's cooking, and then when he needs help, like I go bail him out. It switched for a day for some reason, and it was the most awkward, like not a clusterfuck. We can both do it. Just falling over each other day I've ever been around. At 2:30 after lunch was all done, I was like, I don't want your job. He's like, I don't want your job. I hate your job. I was like, I fucking hate your job.
I remember
your job is standing here doing one thing all
what
day.
He makes an hour. I remember, so I wouldn't want your job either.
Yeah, imagine what he makes now.
JB does pretty well for himself.
It's gone up every year.
Yeah.
Marco's still there too?
Yeah, Marco's back. He's there.
Marco's still there?
Actually, almost everybody's back. Marco's there. Yeah.
What about Tomebone?
Tone's been gone too.
I know Tone's been gone. But I like the funniest thing about JB, and we'll have to have him on. We're gonna half the show's gonna be.
It'll be hard.
It's just gonna be like, well, I was doing this one thing or whatever, and then it's this or whatever, and then I was talking about this or whatever.
It's really unlikely.
As much as I love JB, that would be the most awkward podcast ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just whatever or whatever. But I remember
halfway through and be like, do you guys want to like jam on some
You want to jam? You want to play Red Dead? You want to play Bless Unleashed? But I remember it was right after we got the KDS system, and he was on flat. I was on grill, I think. It was just a random Saturday, and we were getting fucking pummeled. And we had gotten ahead of it, but they didn't slow the door correctly, so we got slammed again. And these are terms we'll go over later, guys. It's not really important to the story. Basically, they fucked the kitchen, and they drowned us. But he's putting these steaks on the flat top. And this is the most I've ever seen him, like, out of control. I did air quotes for the audio listeners. He just looks up at the screen and just goes, ah! That was it. Because it was like, the load screen for flat was like 5 pages or something like that. And he's just like, ah! That was
like 100 orders at once,
and that's the most I've ever seen him uncomfortable. He was fine. Like, that was it. That was the most uncomfortable I've ever seen him, was him jokingly screaming.
Really doesn't get phased. He gets angry. He doesn't get phased.
Yeah.
No.
I fucking
still like that.
I fucking love that dude.
Great guy to work with.
So much.
Sure.
The only person I don't love at that place is Jimmy. I'm just kidding. I love Jimmy.
Oh, you're fucking out of your mind.
I know. I love Jimmy. He has a new Xbox.
It's on
that
video.
I won't say.
He's gonna come to your house and cut your nuts off.
No, he won't. Well, I don't even think he's tall enough to reach my nuts.
I love Jimmy, but working with his wife was a host for like 2 weeks. She was the sweetest person ever. I don't remember her name, but she was so sweet like the 2 weeks that she worked there.
She is probably, those two are probably like the nicest people I've ever met. Obviously, I'm kidding, everybody. They are just
They really are, yeah.
So Jimmy, like, we play video games with Jimmy, and he just, the way he explains it to us, like we're 5 years old, just is the exactly how he is. He's just like, all right, so we're gonna do this now, guys, and that's just the way he is. I love him.
But he doesn't do it like trying to beat you down. He's
Not condescending.
He's not condescending at all.
Yeah, that's just who he is. Yeah, Jimmy's great. I miss Jimmy. I miss the back of house staff at that where you work, Turner, more than the front of house staff.
I could see that.
2 or 3 people.
I'd still
2 or 3
don't
people from the front of house that I miss.
Front of house, yeah.
I think
there's 2 or 3 people I miss from the front of house, but I miss so many people from the back of house.
Oh yeah, and they're all still there. They just don't leave because it's a nice place to be.
Yeah, there.
Especially if you're a cook.
That place. Oh, especially if you're a cook. But that place was, full of egos, but also not full of egos. It was really weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's like the best way to say it. Just like the perfect paradox or oxymoron. I don't know, but just like everybody had
those kind of words.
Well, everybody had such pride in the actual place, but it's just like don't fuck with
$5 words in your pocket.
Yeah, the don't fuck with us basically is what we had for a long time, and then you couldn't fuck with each other, or if you fucked with each other, you had to know who to fuck with because some people could take it, some people couldn't. Is that? I'm just going down a rabbit hole. You know what I mean?
Like, and it was like that when Q and I were there. It was like that. It's been like that every time I go back, and I keep going back, which is insane.
I think it's like that in every restaurant. You always have people that can't take.
It's like over the course of 11 years, I think I've gone back there 3 times.
3 times? So it's like how many times?
We almost have to. Gone back 3 times. There 4 times. I almost have to wrap this up, but I want to throw something on Q real quick. And this is going to be kind of like what you do on your YouTube channel. Does it ever really bother you if it's like a busy, like a holiday weekend or a big party weekend, and your friends and family don't really know that, don't understand that you are probably working and can't make last minute plans, like 4th of July and it's Saturday night, 7:30, and someone says, "Hey, come to my house for, a cookout and a fireworks show." Then when you don't answer till 11:30 because you just got to work, has that ever been an issue or something you talked about?
All right, so I haven't talked about this subject yet. So you know what? For all your listeners now, I'll give you an exclusive mini rant.
Guys, our first exclusive.
This is what I do on my page, and I haven't wrote anything down. Don't know this. Turner just popped the question on me. So an exclusive mini rant. Let me. All right. So.
Yeah, gather yourself.
So okay. So with my mini rants, I always start off with dear something. So that's how I'll start off. Dear holiday friends and family members, I've worked in a restaurant for over 10 years. Nothing has changed on the calendar. So for you to still be asking me if I can come and join your holiday parties, well, you know that I fucking have to work. Why do you guys still do this? For 10 years, my answer has been the same. No, I have to work. No, I fucking have to work. I might come later if you guys are still partying, but more than likely, I won't be able to be there because I have to work. You guys know this is a thing that I have to do. So stop asking me. Let me just get jealous by looking at your pictures on Instagram and Snapchat. Don't sit here and throw it in my face that you guys have the day off and that I have to go and serve Billy and Jim their fucking steaks because I'm not able to fucking get off of work, okay? So the next time that you guys think about inviting me for something, I thank you for the thought, but fuck you. I have to work.
And scene. That was.
You are a fucking master of craft. That's every thought that goes through my head when I open my phone on a Friday night and I have 38 notifications of text messages of, "Are you coming over? And where are you? Why not?" And I'm like,
oh my God.
How many years do I have to do this shit?
That
was amazing.
Into an actual mini rant.
I was
pretty good.
I'll send you the audio. Maybe you just dub
it.
yourself
So
over.
good.
I switched the camera like midway through of just you for the YouTube video, so hopefully you could just steal the footage.
So good.
I'm about to use that one.
That was fucking unbelievable. Yeah, that is a good place to kind of wrap it up. So
I felt that too. Like
I had to lean.
You probably felt it back in the day, Will. Like,
oh, for sure. I mean,
not anymore.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care.
You're right. We do got to wrap it up. That's the best way to go out on this show.
Let's do final thoughts, I guess. Turner, why don't you go first?
I don't have final thoughts right now.
You don't have thoughts to
I'm
begin
just
with.
I'm just surprised by how good that just went.
Right?
Whole episode, but then Q just like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And we let him go, and he fucking kills us.
Yeah. All right. Well then,
Off
That's
my
way
head.
better than any final thought I could have had.
Q, why don't you plug all your stuff again? All this stuff's gonna be in
give
the
us some-
descriptions and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, follow my Instagram page, confessions_of_a server. My YouTube and Facebook page are both Confessions of a Server. You can find me there. T-shirt company is Front of House Gear. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff coming up. I have a lot of things in the works right now. Not much I can say.
I was gonna
because I don't
ask, is
wanna
there
get-
anything you can
Yeah.
share? Right.
Okay, so I have a few things coming up. The one thing that I will say is that I will be taking over another podcast called Restaurant Tales. Be doing a couple episodes of theirs where I will sing that podcast. Doing it a little different style than what they do, what you guys do. Just to kind of see if I like podcasts, to see if I want to dip my toe into that.
Well, they're awesome.
That genre, that thing. But also another thing that I'm really not gonna say a lot about is that I will give you a little hint. This is the first time I'm actually saying this publicly.
Another exclusive.
I might be creating more so like a TV station
What?
for
That's
front
amazing.
of house, for restaurant people, because now when you see shows, it's more so about like chefs, like Food Network. It's like chefs, cooks making stuff.
Yeah.
It's not really
Yeah, it's all pretty
anything like
plates.
about front of house. So I'm not gonna get into that much because nothing is set in stone yet. That's all I can say. I can't
That
say any more
is-
about it.
That is big
But-
time.
Cut it.
I got
Man, that's awesome.
that's fucking big time.
So
and-
follow me.
Yes.
Follow me. So you guys can keep
All
up on
Confessions
it.
of a Server.
Yes.
Watch
Yeah.
all of the videos.
yeah.
Content. Buy all the merch.
I mean, if you,
Please.
Maybe we can
Yeah.
do a merch. Maybe we can do a merch giveaway on here. You know.
I was thinking
Whatever.
about
If
that.
you guys
Actually.
buy anything, any of my
will
shirts,
do
any
it.
of the Stuck in Glass, using my codes and stuff like that, money comes to me. During this time with COVID.
What
Need
is
some
your
more monies.
What is your
So-
code for the?
For front of house gear, and I actually have another company that I work with called More Labs. They have a hangover recovery drink. If you use Server
Oh, wow.
15, you get 15% off of products. So that's on Stuck in Glass and More Labs. It's also code for front of house gear as well. Server 15.
Okay, so server 15, everybody. I'll put that in the description as
Yep.
well.
And I will send you all the links to the different places.
Yeah, and I'll just copy them, put them in the
codes and stuff.
put them in the
And if
description.
anyone wants to buy a T-shirt, anything, just do it. Help me out.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Still waiting for
yeah.
I'm still waiting for Turner to buy a shirt.
Already bought me a glass. I have
Charity-
one of those glasses.
Charity did
The
buy a
bullet in it.
glass, yeah.
It's got a bullet, not a poker chip. I said poker chip earlier. It's
I'm,
got a 308 bullet in it. And,
I'm going to order my "Don't Be a Karen" shirt literally right now. on
Please
air.
do. Please do.
So,
Yeah.
But I think. I
Will
think
you
it's-
also order me a boom mic while you're on there?
No, I'm literally. You were supposed to do that during break. Did you not do that during break?
No, I smoked a cigarette.
Oh my god. Anyway, let's go before I drive up and kill Turner.
I gotta go. I love you guys.
I
I'm gonna go to
can't-
dinner with my family.
I can't thank you enough for being on this the
Yeah, man.
cute little project we got going.
Honestly, thank you so much. Like this has been so fun. Turner, we live so close together, so close to each other. We haven't hung out. It really hurts my feelings, but I'm so glad that I'm able to do
Come
this
over
with
in the
you guys.
backyard, man.
Oh my
I'm
God.
so,
I love that you were on here.
I'm
I
so-
love that you're our second guest. You're a second guest.
No, I thank you so much for thinking about me. I'm so glad I'm able to do this. Turner, you're fucking awesome, Will. I wish I would have been able to work with you. I'm sure we would have had a great time working together, but
Yeah, we would
we were
have.
out before I got
But yeah,
there.
you guys would have got along great. It would have
it
been
would've-
fun.
it would have been
but
fun.
thank you
Absolutely.
from the bottom of my heart. Thank you,
Hey, man,
guys.
anytime you have something new that you want to talk about and you want to come back on, just let us know.
Listen, whenever you guys want me
it's
back
not a one
on,
and done deal.
whenever you guys want me back on, just let me know. I will clear up my schedule to do this for sure.
Sounds
I love
good.
supporting people who are trying new stuff. So whenever you guys want me back on, let me know.
You are far too kind. All right, this has
Awesome,
been
buddy.
Insightful Stories with Matt and Will. Qualin Harris as our guest. I don't know how I'm going to edit that to make it sound good. Thanks, guys.